a globally recognized city of gastronomy, over 350 days of sunshine, and of course, a lush desert landscape adorned with the iconic saguaros, found exclusively here. This is such a unique city with so much to explore and do. Welcome to Tucson, Arizona. Right now, we're on 4th Avenue, perfectly situated between the downtown Tucson area and the University of Arizona, and one of the best parts of the city to come for nightlife, shopping, dining. You'll find a diverse array of options here on 4th Avenue, whether that's college hotspots like hanging out at the Sky Bar, a really unique place that's astronomy themed, or the numerous local boutique shops that line the streets here with tons of unique goods. Some of my favorites include celestial rites with their mystical objects that you can peruse through, and places like Pop Cycle, which is the perfect spot to find desert-themed or Tucson-themed little knickknacks and doodads. You could also stop by the Lavender Farm Shop, which, as you may think from its name, has a lot of lavender products, soaps, fragrances, and other things like that. Really great smells and fun to shop through. Great aromas. Another thing you'll want to look out for while walking around 4th Avenue is the variety of murals that line and dot the walls all around it. Beautiful and showcasing the local landscape and history of Tucson oftentimes. And if you want to stop somewhere to eat while walking around, there's tons of great options. Some of my favorites include the 4th Avenue location of Tumerico, an all-vegan, plant-based Mexican spot that I mentioned in my Tucson video on the best Mexican food spots in the city. Other than Tumerico, there's other spots like the Greek Opa's Grill that I really love. Another cozy spot with sofas and chairs inside and sandwiches and soups is Maggie's Cafe, right by University Avenue. It's a perfect spot for university students, anyone for that matter, whether you want to relax with a book or do some studying. One of my favorite places to go out at night for a bar is The Hut. As you may guess from what you see behind me and from its name, it's a very tiki-themed place with tropical cocktails, a really nice outdoor space. There's often live music going on. Relax and meet up with people and meet new people if you want. But if you're more of a bookworm, you'll also find something here in the form of the book stop. It's a great option. You can find used, secondhand books. It has a nice international section with Spanish, French, German. It also has some locally themed books in there as well. And the book stop is located at the far end of 4th Avenue, right before it turns into Congress Street in downtown Tucson. Let's hop onto the streetcar right behind us and head to downtown. Linking all of these areas is the Sun Link Streetcar. It's actually completely free to ride on, and it takes you all the way from the U of A to the Main Street Square area in front of the U of A, which is the University of Arizona, then down 4th Avenue through downtown Tucson and over to the Mercado San Augustine mixed-use shopping center. Depending on the time of day, it arrives every 10 or 15 minutes during the week, and on the weekends every 15 to 20 minutes or so. So it's a really convenient and great option for getting around this entire very walkable area of Tucson. We made it to downtown Tucson. Downtown Tucson, here on Congress Street, right in the heart of it all, is a mashup of contemporary and historical, as the area has seen a lot of redevelopment in recent years, but has also made sure to incorporate the historical buildings that are notable in the area, most particularly the Hotel Congress behind me, which was built all the way back in 1918 in conjunction with the Rialto Theater across the street from it. There's also the historic Southern Pacific Railroad station behind the Hotel Congress, which is now an Amtrak station, has a Southern Arizona Railroad museum there that you might want to check out if you're into trains and that sort of thing. As for the Hotel Congress, it's a very notable fixture of downtown with its big neon sign, Hotel Congress bar inside of it, and Club Congress, which has a lot of live music. It's also known for the notorious gangster John Dillinger back in 1934 being arrested at the Hotel Congress. The Rialto Theater across from it, completed back in 1920, and today is a very popular concert venue here in Tucson. And like I was saying, Hotel Congress has live music at the Club Congress inside of it, making this the perfect spot for nightlife. Just across the street from it, you can find a more modern and contemporary option in Playground, which is popular on the weekends for clubbing and going out for music and dancing. Another great spot in downtown to relax or to go out and dine before having a night out for clubs or live music venues, the Monica. The Monica has this beautiful outdoor patio space for relaxing on during the day or in the evenings, having some drinks and some dinner with friends or family. Now, if you let me just spin you around, you'll see the Fox Theater, another one of those historical theaters here in downtown Tucson. This one, being built in 1914, contains over 1,200 seats inside, and it's notable for its very beautiful southwestern Art Deco styling. Here at One Church Street, just across the street from the Fox Theater, you'll find the tallest building in Tucson. And yes, Tucson actually does have a few tall buildings in it. Not a lot though, because the residents here love having their views of the lovely mountains that surround the entire city. Inside of it, the Leo Kent Hotel, and at 330 feet tall, it makes it the tallest building in Tucson. At the intersection of Congress Street and Church Avenue, if you continue west that way, you'll find the Music Performance Hall and the Tucson Convention Center, where there's events throughout the year. Most major events or tours that come to Tucson end up there. The annual Tucson Mineral and Gem Show. But what we're going to do right now is head this way a bit north towards the Pima County Courthouse and a few other museums. Let's go. Welcome to the beautiful historic Pima County Courthouse. As you can see, it's full of gorgeous columns and a gorgeous mosaic dome. It was constructed all the way back in 1928, and it's a beautiful place to come, just walk around. There's also a visitor center inside about southern Arizona, so you can find out things to do in Tucson and the surrounding area if you're visiting. It's also the core of the main museum area of downtown Tucson, with the Tucson Museum of Art and also the Presidio San Agustin del Tucson Museum being across the street from here. The Presidio San Agustin is an old Spanish fort and is widely regarded as the birthplace of the city of Tucson, all the way back in the 1700s. Tucson gets over 350 days of sunshine, so normally it's a beautiful place to walk around downtown and go to the different parts of it. As you can see, today it's one of those rare cloudy days in Tucson. So here by the Presidio San Agustin Museum are some of my favorite shops in the Tucson area. The Old Town Artisans has a little courtyard in the center, local boutique shops all around it with artisanal type of goods to peruse through. You could definitely find some great souvenirs, and if you get hungry while you're shopping, I highly recommend visiting El Charro just down the street from it. El Charro is a historical institution here in Tucson, and the original location is right here. Aside from being a great spot for tacos, enchiladas, burritos, all of those good Mexican food items, it's also known for being the birthplace of the chimichanga. El Charro has other locations throughout the city now, including up in Oro Valley and by Ventana Canyon, but of course, there's nothing like visiting the OG down here in downtown Tucson. We're now at the end of the line for Sun Link in these beautiful new developments. One of them, the MSA Annex, which we're right next to, is full of these boutique shops inside of old shipping containers with a rustic and yet also contemporary sort of feel to it all. Further down, which we're headed to right now, is the previously mentioned Mercado San Agustin, with more little shops and dining options in a mixed-use development that combines traditional architecture with new modern housing, shopping, dining, all of that. Also behind us is the A Mountain, a popular peak here in the downtown area where A is painted on it. Beautiful spot for watching the sun set behind the hills. Another thing I wanted to mention as we walk here, alongside the Sun Link Streetcar, there's also other public transit options, including bike share from the City of Tucson that you can use, and they have bikes at several of the stops for the Sun Link, which, oh look, it's coming past us right now and stopping by the Mercado. While here at the Mercado San Agustin, a great option for stopping for a bite if you're shopping around and getting a little rumbly-tumbly. You can stop at Say's Kitchen and get yourself some healthy, fresh tacos. They got, you know, vegan options, fish, carne asada, all the usuals, of course. Anyways, that streetcar is about to show up. Let's hop on it and head back to the university area. Come on. Okay, we just got off in front of the University of Arizona on University Boulevard, which is full of fast casual and other dining restaurants, and there's also a lot of coffee shops and other shops for shopping at throughout this street. Let's take a look at some of it. Come on. So here on University Boulevard, we're in what's known as Main Gate Square, and there's this little courtyard area right by the main square section of the boulevard, and it has a Starbucks to relax at and the Geronimo's restaurant, a really nice dining option behind this lovely fountain and center area that you could also just come to sit, read a book, relax, do as your heart desires. A few other of my favorite spots around here include Bake Shop for some nice treats, and also Illegal Pete's, which is a great hangout spot with Mexican food and drinks and fun, whether you're a college student or just hanging out in the area and looking for a nice spot. By the way, if you didn't already know, my little brother actually goes to college right now at the University of Arizona. Posners art store right here is one of his go-to spots for getting supplies. He's a really creative person and loves making sketches and drawings and that sort of thing. Right next to Posners is a really good hangout spot if you're a college student or just anyone looking to find a spot where you can play some board games or study while having a coffee, Snakes and Lattes. If you're more of a tea drinker rather than coffee, across the street from Snakes and Lattes is the Scented Leaf, a great tea house to get your tea fixings from. And here on the University of Arizona campus itself, you may want to pay a visit to the Planetarium, the Flandreau Science Center and Planetarium, that is. As someone that loves shows like Star Trek, I always love paying a visit to the Planetarium. They also have really interactive exhibits inside and also a mineral exhibit to tie into Tucson's big gem and mineral show. Pretty big deal here every year. So those are some of the best things to do here in the downtown Tucson area. And of course, there's so many other things that I didn't mention. So if you're from Tucson or you love coming to Tucson and you have some spots that you know about that you would love to share, definitely put them in the comments down below. Other than that, I hope you all have a great 2024 and great travels here in Tucson and beyond. And stay for the bloopers. Thanks. Pause for now. And a really... let me let it pass.
Yeah, train.
At museums. I lost my train of thought. Definitely find some great... El Charro is a historical institution here in LA.
In LA. I think you're in the wrong city, Parker.
A great... maybe play some board games or...
Back at it again, boy.
You may want to pay a visit to the... It's so loud.
Really?
Yeah. Cars.